good to go.
Good to go.
No. Are you good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. I'm good to go. I am good to go.
You are going to 20 push-ups.
Yes, 20.
Move fast.
Just 20. As usual. Let's go.
Alright, 1, 2, ready, start.
What's the meaning of Afouda?
Afouda is a warrior prince.
Is he?
The meaning is a warrior prince.
Oh, you are a prince.
I am the prince.
Is a lie.
Yes.
Kida explains the confidence because there's this confidence you have, like there's nobody I cannot talk to.
Me. Wow. I'm still praying to God to have the spirit of audacity.
Don't even bother to pray again.
Sincerely, I don't think I have it.
Please.
If I have confidence and audacity the way I should have, the right dose of audacity, I won't be where I am today.
My prince.
Maybe that kind of prince.
My prince.
Maybe that kind of one.
Please.
I'm actually.
Don't ask for audacity again.
Sincerely, I
it
think
will be
I
too
need
much. Audacity for what again? You already have audacity.
I don't think I have enough.
You want to have super audacity?
Maybe. Maybe.
To do what?
To look at the right people in the eye and tell them certain things.
But you already do that.
I don't do it enough. I do it to an extent, but I don't think I'm doing it enough. I want to walk into some places, and now I have. Let me clarify. I think I have that gift. If I meet you, I can talk.
Okay.
But then that boldness of coming to meet you, I need to summon all the courage and I need external motivation for me to make that move. But once I'm there,
that's all.
When I'm there, I know that. But I still believe that if I get to certain places, I still need more of that kind of audacity to look at them in the eye and tell them, I think I need it, sincerely.
So are you serious that you are from a royal family?
Yes, actually. I'm from a royal family.
Where?
This is where it gets complicated.
Should we make it? Or,
no.
We are not okay with it.
It's obvious. It's not. I've always said it.
Okay.
I'm from Benin Republic.
So you're not follow?
No. That is where I said
are you a
complicated. Quarter caste, actually. I'm a quarter caste. A part of me is from Benin Republic.
Okay.
Like one quarter of me is from Benin Republic.
Okay.
And I have my ancestral roots is from Benin Republic. But then if you are a very vast student of Yoruba history, you know that the original root is actually from Nigeria.
Yes.
So now let me quickly take you through a brief history session now.
My prince, go ahead.
When Oduduwa gave birth to Okanbi gave birth to 7 children.
Yes.
We have Onipopo, Orogunlela, and we have Onishabe, Tilushabe. Now I am from Shabe. But you know when that Shabe is not part of Benin Republic.
Okay.
No thanks to the British and the whatever.
Okay.
How do I put it now? Of different countries,
Yeah.
So now Shabe is now in Benin Republic.
Okay.
But originally I'm from Shabe.
Shabe.
Then Afouda as a name is a variant of Afonja.
Oh.
Yeah. We have the Afonja family
Ilorin.
No. Originally from Oyo.
Yes.
One went to Ilorin.
Yeah.
And then, but that family is a family of warriors. So back there in Shabe, there was what's it called now? There was a civil war or communal clash, and then they needed to hire a mercenary. So they hired one of the Afonjas from Oyo to come to Shabe to come and fight for them. But then he fought for a long time. So he stayed with them for a very long time. Because the story is that he will fight, he will ward off the enemies, return, and then they will come back. So the people begged him to please dwell with them. And then he started staying with them, and then the enemies did not look back again. So it was getting old. And then the people just feel like, okay, he was not threatening, he wanted to go back home. So as a matter of, okay, we want you to settle down here. Well, okay, be our leader. Be our king. Join one of, they have the royal families there. But say, okay, since at that point, I think the enemies killed the reigning king. Be our king for now. So now, that was how the Afonja now joined the ruling families in Shabe. But because of the difference in language and everything, they could not pronounce Afonja very well. And it was that Afonja that they mutilated that now resulted in Afouda. However, so now Afouda is a word that ordinarily does not have its own meaning. But because of the circumstances surrounding that is why if you see anybody from my place,
Yeah.
some people will tell you that Afouda means stranger. They tell you Afouda means a stranger.
Yeah.
But when I listen,
implied
when
meaning.
I was lucky to meet my grandpa, who witnessed all this thing firsthand,
Whoa.
so he told me that no, we are not strangers. We are warrior prince. We are warriors. But when we the family, we now joined the ruling family, we became a prince. So now I say, okay, warrior prince. That is where. So the meaning of Afouda that has been ascribed to Afouda, which is a word that came out of different things, is now a warrior prince. And I choose to identify myself with a warrior prince rather than a stranger. But if you still go to Shabe in Benin Republic today, my family is still one of the ruling families.
Wow. Are you not surprised that men are not really warrior-like again?
I'm surprised, I'm worried, I'm concerned, but it is what it is. Time has moved, and now everything is toxic. The word toxic has been overflogged recently. So when you insist on certain things, before you know it, you are described as being toxic, narcissistic, patriarch, and all those stuff. But trust me, when God creates man, He has deposited different things in different locations, and then He has designed different systems to work for different locations. And the world is not getting it right because everybody is copying whoever they feel is the most successful, abandoning their own peculiarity, and that is what is happening. I sincerely believe that men, especially African men, we are not what it used to be. Yes, it is civilization, it is growth, as they make us believe. But trust me, it is a deviation from the original design.
What's the original design?
The original design is the man is the head. The man is the sole provider. The man is the king. Every man has his own kingdom. It may not be more than a person or two, but he's a king in that place and is treated as one. He gives orders. He issues decrees. And then, like I said, he takes care, he protects, nurtures, provides for his kingdom. That is the original order.
But how can such a man find it easy leading a woman that, in my own view, and from many other people's view, a woman is more intelligent than a man? So how can he then lead such a woman?
Great leaders don't make decisions on their own. They consult. There is wisdom in consultation. So that is why they say that a wise woman actually is the one that is making the decision. But the decision, the final verdict comes from the man. And you say, wow, what Rema, what the word of wisdom coming from my Lord. Whereas it is her idea. She knows it is my idea. And her input, she has just put the words in the man's mouth. The man will spill it out and she will still hail the man for his wisdom. And the man feels like, wow, I'm wise. I'm this, I'm that. Whereas the woman can tell you from the onset that this is what my husband, I know him. This is what I will tell him. This is what I will do to him. This is how and he will eventually come to this place. So, okay, for example, let me take you back into the Bible. When Rebecca, the wife no, not the wife of Abraham now. I'm mixing
Rebecca, wife of Isaac.
Wife of Isaac. When Jacob and Esau, when she noticed that, she told her husband, he said, go, he already set things in motion, say, go and get another thing. Go out, because she knows this is what her husband will do.
So you are saying a woman is an asset to a man?
Of course. A wise woman is an asset. I started watching a new, I just realized that I've been stressing myself lately. Okay. So I need to watch a lot of movies.
Okay.
So I just, not long ago, I think over a year ago, I subscribed to Netflix.
Wow.
And then I'm going back to watch all those series that I've missed, that I've had. They were popular, but I was never a movie person. Yeah. So I've watched Suits, I've watched Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah.
Now I've started watching House of Cards. And then from the very
Ah,
first 2 episodes I've seen so far,
The woman.
I've seen the power of a woman. I
No.
watched Spartacus. When you see
woman.
the woman in the life of what's it called now? This way,
I've forgotten
House of Batiatos. When you see the woman, you know that the woman is actually the force, the power behind their reign.
Are you saying a woman is powerful?
Very, very powerful. But unfortunately, civilization and whatever is making them feel inferior. They are now abandoning their stronghold, which is their power, to pursue the what's it called now? The camouflage part of the power. The women of these days are no longer powerful, but they feel that they are most powerful now. Women of before, the real women of before, of course, in every generation there are different variants. We have weak women back in those days too.
Yeah.
In these days too, we still have strong women.
Yeah.
But trust me, generally speaking, the women of before who understand the concept of this thing, before now, even if a man is a polygamist in the traditional African setting, the first wife is usually like the ally. It's usually like, in fact, she selects the wife. And when the husband is going anywhere, they are like partners. Even when the man has other wives, even for example, like the not just in Africa, the Spartacus example I gave, the woman knows how to she makes this for the husband. Even when it comes to women and everything, she still want to still settle the husband because she knows what she's doing. They are partners. The husband dare not look at her in the eye and tell her that you are nobody. Even not, like I said, even back in the days, our forefathers, their first wife is usually their partner. Sometimes the first wife will lose it and they will find that partnership in another wife. But typically speaking, it's usually the first wife that is like a partner to the husband that understands. She knows that any other person that is coming, they are just they are third parties. We are the major partners in this partnership. Other people, they are just there for whatever reason. She understands that fact. But like I said, women of these days, they've been made to believe that they want partnership. But the partnership they want, the way they go about the partnership they want, is not really how we Africans are designed. So at the end of the day, their pursuit of partnership is not really giving them the desired results. They think they are powerful, whereas they are not.
No, I know. Are you saying our forefathers believed women women are actually powerful people?
Yes, they do. They do. They do. Our forefathers believed in the power of. Look at Shango. I laugh at Shango. Look at his collection of wives. Let me put them that way. I was not very familiar with the story until I watched the movie, even though it might not be very accurate. But then from what we saw there, he knew that this woman is powerful. And that was why he risked it all. Despite knowing that she's not a full human, he went ahead to get her. I was in church on Sunday. Was it on Sunday now? Was it on Sunday now? And we were talking about my pastor was talking of the preacher was talking about Nabal, a particular Nabal in the Bible, who tried to rubbish King David, and the wife went to appease David, beg for him. And when the man died, David ran to go and collect that woman because know that woman is powerful. She's an asset.
So you are saying if women remain powerful and stay within their stronghold, men will pursue them.
Men will pursue them. Men will pursue them. Men will. You see, we will
kill for them.
Worship them.
Hey,
men will worship them. See, like I said, the way God has designed us in Africa, it is just so beautiful in His own wisdom. And God has created every group of people with the perfect thing for them. And trust me, but it's just unfortunate that we have lost it along the lines. So many things came in between, and then we lost it, and we are still losing it.
So you are saying civilization did not just destroy women; it also destroyed men.
It destroyed both. It destroyed the family. Especially it's destroying Africa. It's destroying us because we are not maximizing our potentials. We have a lot, and this is not just into family, in everything. The civilization, we abandon our stronghold to pursue other things, to pursue the results that we've always had, but because they made it more glamorous, they made it more, and because they are the world power, they make it seem that's the definition of success, and we feel, man, this is it. And then everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. But when you check it out, our definition of happiness is gradually changing. Before now, what happiness means to a family is different from what it is right now. There's nothing. There's this song by Yusuf Olatunji.
Yeah.
Bàbá ní kí n tún fẹ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ sínú pálọ̀ mi, kí n pe ìyàwó mi kó wà lọ́dọ̀ mi, káwọn ọmọ mi kó wà lọ́dọ̀ mi, àlùjànnà ayé yìí ni. That's paradise on earth. When you have your children and your wives all around you and you are happy. But an average happy family in Nigeria now, dad is in US, mom is in Canada, the children are in UK and everything, and they meet via video call. Zoom call. And that is the family. And the physical presence, maybe they have it once in a year.
Whoa!
Those that are really dedicated to it, and they believe that is happiness. That is happiness to them now. Back in those days, anything that takes you away from your family and is not happiness. You might go for a while, but coming back and that family bond is what's up. But like I said, the definition of happiness has been changing over time, and it has evolved to where it is right now. It has evolved to where it is right now. But when you look at it critically, do you think we're happier than our parents? Do you know? Yes, our system was not conducive for women. It enslaved women. It was whatever for the women and everything. I was still telling someone that in our own days, even as a young boy, when someone is passing, like, see that person that's going, person just divorced his wife, person just had the divorce. They speak with it about it in hushed tones because it is like a sacrilege. And back then, I can tell you that the percentage of people who are divorced is around maybe 95.5 to marry people. But now, sincerely speaking, I think it's 50-50. There's hardly any household, family,
that there's
household
no
that you
divorce.
not have at least one or two. And it's just a matter of time. Before you know it now, the weight will tilt towards divorce, and before you know it, people are not even believing in marriage again. And the family, whatever, is before now, I was still saying it on my show each day. Back in those days, we used to have midnight party. In fact, burial party is night party. On one open field, not even in a hall. And everybody will be there, the whole community will be there because I know your son knows my son. So if anything misses in that environment, they know the person that could have done it. But now, nothing like that again. The insecurity because the family is affected. So many things that we are battling with because the family is affected. Back in those days, people travel on foot. Of course, we cannot travel on foot. Now, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that when we're closely knitted as a family, that time that they believe that women are in servitude, women are not expressing they are not doing this, they are not. Do we still have strong women in history?
No.
We have a lot of strong women in history.
We
have them Fumilara and Kuti. We have even contemporary women, Mogaji, the one that our president's mother. That we have a Ferretin, we have a Pusetan, we have a lot of men, we have a lot of women. That is to tell you that we've always had strong women. Despite that, even they believe that in those days is favors patriarchy and everything.
You're right.
It does not stop a woman from being great.
So you are saying African culture is so rich that we need to go back to try and see how we can bring both parties together, African culture and civilization.
Exactly. We don't need to take everything.
You are not totally against.
I'm not. See what
civilization. What you are wearing
is an influence of civilization.
So it's not bad.
It's not bad.
But we should harmonize.
It's not bad. But we should harmonize. And this is why I wouldn't know. I cannot speak categorically as I'm just speaking. I don't know what the divorce rate is in a country like India or China. Because those are people who have been able to retain their original identity and still borrow from civilization from the Western culture.
Right.
But they still retain a large part of their own identity.
Right.
And then their marriage, for example, it still influences some
compromise.
People.
They don't compromise.
They don't compromise on certain things, and that is why they are still. If Africans have retained our original templates, and we just added to from this and everything. For example, look at our political whatever
Yeah.
in Africa. Check all through African countries. You realize that we are naturally people who are designed for monarchical structure of government. That is why our leaders get there and they don't understand the concept of doing 4 years,
4 years and
leaving. Until I die, I'm supposed to remain in power. And you see, the people too, not that they are docile,
They are not against.
they are not really against it.
As long as we are okay.
Look at Gaddafi in Libya. Gaddafi was ruling and reigning. The people were not against it. It was this foreign and Western influence that felt that this is bad, and then they forced the man out. They did whatever they did to him, and Libya is where they are now. Have they been better? Is that been better for it?
No.
Yes, we have. Naturally speaking, even in traditional Yoruba setting, African setting, there's always the king, the aremo, and the princes who are always living large and enjoying life. And that's exactly what plays out in those countries. Go and check out the son of the president. They are living large just the way it used to be. And the people that are serving them, they are not complaining. Their own is...
And they also live well.
They are also living well. They are also doing their own things very well. Everybody, if a nation is prosperous, it is prosperous. If it's prosperous, then the king will live large. Look at Sultan of Brunei.
Yeah, that guy.
That man has how many
Rolls Royce
of luxurious cars, Lamborghini, whatever. But the citizens of the country, they are not complaining.
They are not.
Because he is living large, obviously. His family is living large. But the citizens too, they are also doing well. And everybody understands that the life is in phases. Once you are born into this family.
So being an African is not a minus.
It is not a minus. We are the one minusing ourselves if there's anything like that. We are the one that though we are just minusing ourselves. I don't know why, I don't know how, but like I said, it is Western culture. They understand this thing. They know the power that we can wield if we come together, and they are doing everything to ensure we don't come together. But then we see it as freedom. We see it as happiness. See, that concept of happiness, it needs to be really, really, really dealt with. Defined. Because we just believe happiness is a very large topic that we cannot exhaust in a city.
It is.
Because the meaning of happiness to an ordinary person now on the streets now is very, very worrisome.
Very true.
It's very, very worrisome. Yes, liberty is good. Liberty is good, but too much of everything is bad. So people believe that there's happiness in freedom. When I'm totally free, I was talking to a person recently, and a person was telling me about desire not to settle down. I've had guys too who don't want to settle down. And of course, everybody is not willing to settle down because they believe that the system now controls their, the system now controls their happiness. They believe it's not possible for you to be committed and still be happy. And the truth of the matter is that most of the people that are committed are not truly happy.
They are not.
Because the indices and the everything, it has changed.
Yeah.
So people are just, I've sampled opinions several times with people, and trust me, if you assemble 100 married people and you ask them that, see, we can dissolve this marriage and there will be no consequences, God will not be angry.
Everybody will be
religious sentiment and everything.
The other party will say, let's go.
See, you see wives and husbands arguing themselves. Thank you for doing this with me. I will see you later in life. They are not fight. Not that they have any physical, not that they have any present fight, but they are finding it difficult to be happy together. And they just believe that on the other side, I'll be happy.
I'll be happy.
Whereas these things are not supposed to be.
That's true.
Sincerely speaking, I still much believe that if we had retained our Africanness, we would be happier than this. Awesome. There was a story I had recently of a man who lived 90-something years. He had like 4 or 5 wives.
Recently had 130 children or something.
Okay, I think it's a different story now.
And
this particular man has several children. It's actually I don't know if it's an actual story.
Okay.
But like that an old man died. He's a farmer. He had wives and plenty children. He had everything, and he died at 90. He was living in the farm. He was living in the village.
And he lived long.
He lived long, and he lived his life to the fullest. And then there is a 39-year-old with 2 wives, with a wife and 2 kids.
And
they are living have cars. They are living in a mansion, and he died of heart attack. Now, when you now put it side by side, a man had 4 or 5 wives, had tens of children, living on the farm, as in living in the village, and everything. And he lived that long. That means he was happy. He was not under pressure.
Yeah.
He was not under any form of. But here is a guy that is dying at with 2 kids. Now, probably the man was even having 1 or 2 things he was owing. But that particular guy, from what I heard, he had 2 kids. What is he owing for? What is he? Who is he owing? What and to what end? And back in those days, they will have 4 wives or 5 wives.
Yeah.
Have 20-something children.
Yeah.
They will still now have like 10 or 15 family relatives.
Concubines.
Living with them, of course, all those ones still are still there. Everybody living, and they will still not be under pressure. They will still not be under pressure. They will not have high blood pressure. They will just go to the farm in the morning, come back in the evening, start drinking their palm wine, and playing their drafts and enjoying themselves and playing, and that is like. And tomorrow morning, they will repeat. And sometimes, some way, how God smiles at them. Some of them become rich, even in that setting, and then they become prosperous. While the concept of prosperity, and it has always been in every community, in every society, and it will always be. If all of us are farmers, some farmers will be more prosperous than some farmers. It's natural. One way or the other, money will move to someone, while it will leave some people. So it is natural. But see, concept of happiness, ambition, and all those things, they have really, really done a lot of damage to us as Africans. And that is why, which brings me back to your very first topic. Men these days, we are fighting I don't think we are fighting the right battle. So even
like a shadow of ourselves.
Yes. We are not fighting the real battles. We are just fighting for some vague concept of I was reading a story yesterday when that it was announced that Dangote has climbed back to I think it's 6th position of the richest men in the world with $23.9 billion. And I was saying it jokingly on my show that I have never prayed to God to have this kind of money. I don't need it. That is me as a person. Not that I'm not ambitious. Not that I don't want to live large. I want to travel around the world. I follow Temi Otedola on TikTok, and I see, if I recorded myself every day, the way she has this vlog, travel around the world. I want my daughters, I want my children to have that kind of life. But I don't think I want that kind of money. It is too much. Now, Dangote has $23.9 billion. Elon Musk has 400. So, tell me, how do you expect that kind of person to be humble? How do you expect that kind of person to think normal? It is not possible. The money is too much. The money is too much. And Africans, sincerely speaking, we've had people misbehave too. Please don't get me wrong. We've always had people misbehave in Africa too. But the concept of ambition, the concept of happiness, like I said, was quite different.
What if we have money and you are able to also do what you want to do, like our forefathers did?
We have a lot of them that had money and they were able to.
Look at this guy now, Sanusi Idikon.
I was still Adebisi Dikon. I was still seeing a video from a vlogger recently, I think it was on TikTok, who visited the mansion and was talking of how he got to pay his siblings' salaries, how he had 99 rooms. That is why I said that even if all of us are traders, one way or the other, some people will find fame, because I will believe in the concept of destiny. People are destined to be wealthy and to be, and that concept of wealthy and wealth and everything. Just realize that at a earlier stage of their life, they will just come across certain information. Or certain,
and that will just make them hit it.
And that is what will set them apart. And that is how they will have the edge above their contemporaries. So it's possible to have this money
and
still be happy. Money is not against, but
it can also influence people in the other way too.
Bible never said that money is the root of all evil. The love of money.
So you have to be careful that it does not control you.
It does not control.
And it's going to take a lot of maturity. That's what you are saying.
A lot of maturity for you to do that. One of my pastors says, he uses this thing that is like inflating a balloon in a plastic. If you put a balloon in a nylon bag, and the balloon is the bigger it gets, the bigger the nylon gets. He said that is how the concept of pride comes in. The more you have, the more you have the tendency. So you need external, internal,
more greater force
exactly, to keep you in shape while your fortune swells up and gets larger. Because at some point, see, I've worked with a lot of people, And I realized that some of the most difficult people to work with are successful people.
Yeah.
Because they
It gets into
they
their
have
head.
so much belief in themselves.
Yeah.
In themselves.
To the extreme.
Exactly the extreme. So when you are bringing an idea, they are looking at it like this. So you are telling me your idea is greater than mine. Do you know that I've been using this my idea
for many years?
I have. See what it has done for me. Become with all your own idea, what have you been able to do with it?
Yeah.
So probably they will listen to you if you have something to show for it.
Yes.
But life does not work.
It doesn't work that way.
There are some times that I've had the story of the first external, is it elevator now?
Yeah.
That the engineers came together,
Yeah.
they were discussing. It was just a cleaner that said, what if we have it outside? So sometimes wisdom comes from
even unexpected places.
If you are a cerebral person, you are creative, you'll be frustrated when you work with someone who is wealthy and has been successful
and has gotten into his head
because he just believe that I've been using my initiative and my idea to have gotten to this stage.
What have you done?
So what have you done?
You
What are you now telling me? How do you want to convince me that your idea is greater than mine? So sometimes you see them falling into a ditch like this. You are trying to say, just say,
what do you know?
I used to work somewhere like that. We wanted to have an anniversary. We planned everything. We already heard over it that our anniversary we can get. Only for our guy to come out deflated. What happened? Chairman has cancelled. He said we don't need it to our first year anniversary.
Wow.
It was demoralizing because we just felt, but hey, he's the owner of the money. He's the owner of the business. He understands the bigger picture. He knows the reason why he has
and he might be right and he might be wrong.
He might be wrong. But everything favors him being right because he knows better than us. That is one thing we cannot take away. So you just have to. It takes grace of God to be that great and still be humble. So as an African man, it's possible to be wealthy. It is possible and it is good to be. Because like I said the other time, you are not a king if you are not just you will be an irresponsible king if you just want to be served. You want to be served, but you don't want to nurture, protect, and this thing takes a lot of resources.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of resources. Up till date, there are still some men who are following the template to the letter, and trust me, they are still enjoying.
Wow.
Look at someone like this Baba that celebrated his 85th birthday recently, celebrated his 85th birthday. Asake Akanni Okoya.
Yes.
You cannot tell me that man does not make that man does not make decision. He decides. He reigns. He rules in his kingdom. And all these children, they fall in place because he can take care of them. He can protect them from any aggression. He can do everything. He can do anything. And in exchange, they serve him. They worship him because he's their father. They worship, they serve him, and they dare not. They will not do anything to challenge his authority. Now, like the concept, he has a young wife who seems to be in whom he found the partnership that I was talking about
for the business.
Time. And up till then, people tell you that she's the one that makes the decision. People tell you that she's the one that makes the decision, but you will never see her stand anywhere and say, me and my husband we are equal. Me and my husband we are the same thing. Me and my husband, she will say, he's my Lord. Anytime she has to speak about him, he always lord the man for taking care of me and my children. He's my Lord, he's my king, he's my anything, he's my everything. But we know that she's the one making the decision.
Yes.
And when the man speaks, people know that it's the voice of Alhaji, but we know this is the idea of Shade. But the truth of the matter is, the man is the one speaking. And Shade will never come and speak the mic and say, I told him that we have to do this. And he will tell us that if she ever comes out to talk about that, she said that when we were discussing, he now said that we should do it like this. He now said that he told me that she will ascribe all the glory to him, despite the fact that it is obvious for her to see. But the man is not threatened. The man is happy. The man is able to. So it is see, all these are women that are saying it's a lie. It's a lie. When a man has all it takes.
All it takes.
That's the key word. All it takes. And the problem I also have with some of our men too is that they don't have all it takes. And they want to demand.
I'm sorry, I cannot leave this man.
they don't have all it takes before they want to start demanding for. Although naturally, whether a man has or not, the woman, it is your duty to do this.
But it is for your own good as a man to have what it takes.
Of course.
Because you need to shout more.
I tell somebody this. Submission, that is one of the most mouthed part of the Bible, that women submit. Submission comes easy to anybody, not even women, when you know that you are dealing with a superior power.
Who knows where it's
Who
going
knows better
to?
better than you? I said, if they bring someone to your office today, you guys have been working for them for 5 years. Well, there's a young guy that was introduced, and in 3 months, it turns around the fortune of the organization.
You will submit.
And when you have issues, you know that go and call this guy. He will do this, and he will get it done. If they announce that he's now the new head, nobody will have problem with the guy ruling, because you know that this guy knows better than I do.
Yes.
But when somebody comes and you are the one putting him through, guys, do this, and they now said he's your boss, everything you will rebel. This one that we are the one.
I'm the one even.
Exactly, we are the ones fighting for this place. How can they will now start tracing? Is he related to the chairman? And that is where rebellion starts from. But when somebody knows more than you do, it is natural for you to submit
to that person.
When somebody knows more than you do, it is just natural for you to submit. So I tell people that, see, a woman that has money, that is why people say it is more difficult, and I subscribe to it, for a woman that is successful. Because for a woman that is successful to be submissive, she needs someone that is more successful. Now, that more success now may not be in terms of the same
material
thing. May not be in terms of material things. Look at the great women we have in our contemporary society. People like Ogosi Okonjo-Iweala. People like their husband is usually very silent. But trust me, this woman will tell you that if they have issues, they run back to the husband.
To their husband.
Sometimes when their husband, I don't know. I've never been. I'm not. My wife is not in public office and everything, and I've never stayed close to them. But I have a feeling that when their husband is watching them on the news and seeing people heap accolades on his wife, you just be smiling that because the wife just like she's his baby, and she knows that. Babe, see what we are going through. See, and the husband tell her, why tell she. So a woman, for you to marry a woman that is more successful, a very successful,
you have to.
It's either you are intellectually superior to the woman, that the woman knows that if I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and they ask me to call, I have no other person to call than this man. He always has a solution for me. Or the man is in power. That is why you see most women that they either go for one governor,
because it gives that feeling.
Anything that is beyond something that they can submit to. Give them something they can submit to.
They should call you wives Afouda. I'm sure they have called you.
See, I so much believe that submission will be easy if the woman feels you are superior.
You have solved the world problem, and so they should give you a world peace prize.
Amen.
What makes you feel good as a man? What makes you feel good? Like, what makes you like the idea of being a man? What makes you feel proud that, wow, even if I should come back again, I would love to be a man?
I was telling someone recently, I said, if you see any man complaining or this thing, the man is struggling. Because trust me, there's nothing that gives me joy more than spending money, taking care of my people. There was a particular day, a day I will never forget in my life. I think my in-laws have a party in town. So, and my brother was with me. Then we were recently married. My brother was with me. My in-laws had a party in town. So they came to our house. So my wife's cousins, nephews, the house was full. And I was coming back from the office. And I entered my sitting room. And I see like 12
Your
people.
kingdom.
I saw like 12 people eating.
You felt proud.
That was one of the most proudest moments of my life.
Jesus.
I see these people that are
in my kingdom,
my house, spending my money.
Hey,
it is the best feeling that I've ever had.
Whoa.
When I'm spending money for my people and they are there. So that's why I cannot afford to not have money. Because trust me, it gives me a lot of joy.
Right.
When you see me on my phone and I'm making transfers, I'm happy.
Quick one. Men love to provide.
Yes.
Women, before they can give you anything, you must be giving out an equivalent value. But men, they don't even care about the value.
They don't.
I feel that's it's not a business idea.
No, not everything is business. For me, I don't think not everything is business. See, in this life.
Or how can we make sure that we're not just, because by also giving so much and not checking the value, we we will also not allow the woman to be the full version of herself. So it's not really about that's who we are, we provide.
Yeah.
But how can we go about in such a way that we don't also the word is not over spoil, but also not like silence the woman from being the
Render
true
her
version.
useless.
Yes. How can
Yeah.
we do that?
It's
and
a
then
very-
we hand up.
It's a very serious issue rather, and the issue stems from the woman's understanding. Sincerely, it has to do with the woman's understanding, because as a man, you have a limitation on what you can do in that regard. If you try to stay your hands, if you try to push, if you try to motivate, if you try to compel, before you know it, it will be turned into you are this, you are controlling, you don't want to. They will turn it into a lot of things. That's when you act, my love language is act of service. Do it for me, don't show me. Do it for me, don't show me. I used to have that issue with my wife at some point, and then I had to let her know, see, I'm trying to push you. But I realized that until a woman comes to that understanding, the woman will look wicked. The woman will look wicked. For example, there are certain things I believe you should be able to do with the system, with your this thing. You want to write certain things.
Yeah.
So when he wants to like write it for me, and I'm like, write it, send it to me, I will correct it. And she'll be like, if I send it to my cousin, he would have done it for me without asking me to do this.
So more like pushing her to build capacity.
Build capacity.
It will be for your own good at the end of the day.
Exactly. It will be for our own good. I always
Even for your own good.
Yes. I always like to use this. And I know that my wife is always scared when I use that line for her. Say, see, this life is not given. This life is not guaranteed. God forbid. I don't pray to die young. What if I die? What if I've been doing everything for you, and suddenly, God forbid,
and then you
cannot even handle the basic things. You become a prey to so many predators. So you should be able to do certain things
on your own.
On your own. So I understand, like I said, like you rightly said, men love to provide.
Yeah.
But for a woman that is wise, you will know that provision, like I said the other time, too much of everything is not good. Your husband should provide, but you should know that you should build capacity to. See, we came across, we used the formula in my house.
Yeah.
My money is to provide our needs. My wife's money is our want. So when you see me and my wife, or me and my family after church service on Sunday, we are driving
taking ice cream.
We are going. It's not my money.
It's Madam's money.
It's Madam's money.
Now we know.
Yes.
So whenever we see you,
when you see me, say,
we know the money.
Before you will see me go and spend my money on those things. I rather spend my money, like I said, on the things that I believe we need in the house, things that can help the family. But all those they want to go for this, want to go for that. She handles that with her money. So
awesome.
She also wants her children to have that experience.
Yeah.
So that is the motivation for her to do more, to work hard, to earn. So I've been broke before, and I will be broke, and I will just come and I will see pizza or parfait and everything.
Yeah.
Nobody knows I'm broke. Once I put my head and I'm driving, people can see that this guy is the. But most times it is because of her.
The money.
I would never ask her to give me the money because I believe it's my duty, like I said, to provide.
Awesome.
But then it is our duty to spoil us.
Awesome.
That is how life. I believe that is the formula that me I use. And I somewhat believe in that.
Wise Afouda. It's been awesome.
What's that?
Like, you are a national treasure.
Amen.
I don't know if you have been told before.
I don't think I've been told.
So what do you think about these chats that we had?
I love the format because it's not something serious. So before you know it, you are saying so many things. And sincerely, I think I enjoyed myself. It's just like normal conversation. But then it's only when afterwards you realize what the conversation has spanned into so many things. We've discussed so many things in just these few minutes. So I sincerely I enjoyed myself, and well done to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One more time.
Oh, okay, one more time.
Great.
Yes, sir.
I am good to go.
You are going to 20
Yes, 20. Just 20. Only 20.
Alright, 1, 2, ready, start.
Michael, this is not push up.
What are you doing?
I will try and pass you.
You distracted me now.
You don't
Wait, that was not me.
Yeah, I don't win now.
No, it's okay. Yeah,
Let him do
you
first.
won.
Let him do personally.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.